and welcome to Live Your Dream TV, the coolest place on the web for entrepreneurs to be inspired, educated, and entertained. My name is Tara Carbo, and I'll be your host today. We are here again with Mike Weiner, and we're going to discuss NRG. Thanks for coming on the show, Mike.
My pleasure, Tara. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You have developed a very cool networking arena called NRG.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what it is first.
Yeah, NRG, basically we are a networking organization. We help companies grow their business through referrals. Started the company in January of '01, so we've been doing this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's really a whole system. We have weekly meetings, we have open houses, boot camps, summits, all kinds of things basically to bring people together as a one-stop shop. We have 23 groups through the area.
Wow.
With all kinds of specialty groups, including green, homeowners, and we even have twilight groups for those stay-at-home moms that have a business while hubby's out working. They can actually plug into that group at night.
What I love about NRG is that it's different than any other networking group that I've ever been to. And when you get there, you get a special sheet. You get the pinball worksheet. So I love that. And tell us what it is and how it works and how people use it.
A couple of stories behind pinball is we were networking and I was watching how the referrals were jumping off of each other, and it reminded me of a pinball machine. I came up with the P for Power Partners, the I for Industries, and the N for Named Accounts. And Power Partners, like someone in the mortgage industry, they would be realtors and title companies. Someone in supplemental insurance would be HR and financial folks. Web developer may be commercial movers. The I is industry. It really is a marketing initiative that pinball does. And it gets people to really focus on who they're going after, what their hot industries are, so that you can do what I call vertical market selling, which was very big in the 80s, and we've really brought it back with NRG, and then what industries people are trying to get into, and then also named account specific companies. A lot of times someone will ask for ABC company, and another member will go, I don't know them, but have you tried this company? And then it's all about people helping each other to get into the different accounts. So the pinball is definitely unique to NRG. I think it's one of the biggest reasons that people join. It creates a reciprocity that people talk about all the time, but people talk the talk, do they walk the walk, and what the pinball does is it gets people moving. And I know when you and Mick were at your first meeting, you were able to walk out with names and numbers. And, you and I talked offline about you can go to a meeting, meet 30 people, and then you have all of a sudden you got hundreds of cards. And what NRG does is it makes everyone, or I would say stimulates everyone to be accountable to each other and help each other out. The people that are really there looking out just for themselves, they tend to squeeze themselves out. They just kind of disappear. And people that have the giving spirit, those are the ones that really excel.
I was just amazed with, and I thought, you know what, this is a great incentive for me to actually organize who I know, what fields they're in, how I can, get to know them better and be able to refer them business and pull business in for other people. And it's much more purpose. And that's what I love about it.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are excited about it. That's great.
And so I was also asking you, you meet all these people and you have such a huge thing going on with NRG. So you must see like the common mistakes that people are making. And you've actually gone a step further and put together a whole training program too. So you have summits and workshops and things like that. So tell us a little bit about that, your kind of extra educational aspect to NRG.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that we've seen, especially over the years, is people have been downsized and outsized and all that, and they've started their own businesses. While they have a big vision, they may not have the sales skills or the forecasting. And what we've done is we've created a boot camp series. Basically, right now we've been running it every other month. One topic that I do every year, bar none: 50 tips to close more sales.
Cool.
Because you know what, if you're in sales, you're a business owner watching this, and your sales are not where they need to be, think about, are you doing upfront contracts? Are you asking people for the order? If a vendor comes to me and they don't ask me to buy, I'm actually thinking either I'm insulted that they didn't ask or they don't have the confidence to ask. So what the boot camps do, you can go to our website for this information, networkreferralgroup.com, is really hone in on the follow-up. I've seen one of the biggest mistakes, biggest by far, is follow-up. Or should I say lack thereof. People get a referral and they don't follow up. And then everybody loses in that situation because the person that referred to that person, well, how did it go? Oh, I haven't called them yet. So what happens is if they're referring it to a web developer and they're not going to call, guess what? They're going to go to another web developer. So I think all these little nuances that can help or harm your situation in getting a deal. We're trying to address those at the booth. Some things you'll hear, you've heard before. I may repackage it, give it a little bit of energy, a little bit of pop, because I'm a shy guy. But I think it's important for people to get out to the boot camps and try to minimize these mistakes, because if the competitors are getting to the boot camp picking these things up, they're just falling further behind. Exactly.
So you're providing the environment for people to get leads and making warm contacts, and then you're providing the education for here's what to do, here's how to do it, here's when to do it.
Exactly.
So it's just basically they just need to have the business and to be able to talk.
And if we're using the E word here, they got the environment, they got the education, that can create the excellence.
And so what's your vision for NRG?
I think my vision for NRG is continue to develop some of these specialty groups. Green has really been a hot buzzword, as you know.
Yeah, sure.
We're looking at doing some senior groups, maybe to add some more twilight groups. It's a people business. And it's, there's good in that, and there's also the challenging part, and you're always trying to bring the best out in people. So I think that's
a really great person asked me this question once, and he said, Tara, if you could wave a magic wand over your business,
very good question. Sounds like a very smart, intelligent person.
Yeah,
so if I could wave a magic wand, what would I change? What would I enhance?
What would NRG look like? Yeah.
I think with NRG, what I'd like to continue to do, we have small, mid-sized, and large companies. I would like to continue to be that provider for folks for the small and the mid, continue to grow. We've had some really cool companies. We've had the Orioles and the Ravens. We've had some large teams in NRG. We've had chambers of commerce. And I think when you can bring a large company like that, the members get pumped about that. They really get juiced up about that. I think education, again, is the biggest thing, because you can have all the passion in the world, all the energy in the world, but you've got to have the tools to be able to know what to bring out. When do you close? When do you prospect? When do you forecast? And I think making the organization as educated as possible. There's so much out there. We do utilize social media, but I think being able to make sure that common sense things are getting done. I've had people go, common sense isn't so common anymore. So you almost have to assume people are a blank slate, and you want to go in there and really work with them and make sure that they're doing the right things, because we're all ambassadors of each other. We're all reflections of each other. It's a one-stop shop. And what I do behind doors is if someone needs some help, Debbie and I will sit there and work with them, and it's all about helping everybody grow their business in the end all.
Absolutely. I love this man. He's cool. You got to come and see him at NRG. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I love coming to the meetings. I get so much out of them, and I love it feels good to be like, oh, I got one for you. That's awesome.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I love that too. Well, thanks for coming on the show. I'd love it if you could wrap us up with the question of the day.
Question of the day. Here's what I would say. A lot of you have forecast goals, who you're going to close, what kind of revenue. I really believe, Tara, that people need a networking goal. How many networking events are you going to go to this week?
Keep the momentum up.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you again, Mike.
Thank you.
Guys, your passion truly is our passion, and our goal is to go out there together as a community and empower others to live their dream. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Revolution.